The Magdalena Palace is one of the symbols of Santander. It is located on the Magdalena Peninsula, guarding the entrance to the bay along with the Moro Island Lighthouse. It offers a spectacular view of the beaches of El Sardinero. For 17 years it was the summer residence of King Alfonso XIII and Queen Victoria Eugenie. In the mid-19th century, the ideas surrounding health and wellness changed and society started to recognize the benefits of taking baths in the sea. At first, bathing was only practiced in spas, but soon after, sea bathing establishments appeared. These offered medicinal baths, seaweed treatments, water jets and many other techniques. Both types of establishments aimed to improve people's health through the use of water. Although the type of person who went to each of these water-based treatment centers was similar as well as most of the activities, the diseases they sought to cure were different. Another difference lies in the fact that spas are located near mineral springs, usually inland. Sea bathing, on the other hand, is a coastal activity carried out on beaches, and it combines various treatments such as the use of seawater, hydrotherapy, sea air, aerotherapy, and sunlight, heliotherapy. In 1847, a tourist advertisement was published for the first time by the Santander City Council in the Gaceta de Madrid recommending sea bathing at El Sardinero. The Spanish royal family embraced this modern trend. Isabella II, Amadeo of Savoy, Alfonso XII. All of them visited Santander to a greater or lesser degree. So did Alfonso XIII, who was impressed by the city. In 1906 he married Victoria Eugenie of Battenberg. They came to the city that same year, and 2 years later, the city council agreed to offer the monarch a palace, where the royal couple could spend the summer months. Once the offer was accepted by the king, that same year, a tender was called for its construction. 8 projects were presented, and the design of 2 young local architects who had recently graduated from the School of Architecture, Javier González de Riancho and Gonzalo Bringas Vega, was selected. They designed a palace in the English style, with a certain French influence and some modifications borrowed from the local Baroque style. The complex was completed with garages and stables, which were a copy of those in Victoria Eugenie's maiden residence on the Isle of Wight. The palace was financed by voluntary contributions from the entire local society, nobility, companies, industrialists, merchants, guilds as well as many other individuals. The building itself cost 700,000 pesetas. If we consider the gardening project for the whole complex, the total expenditure amounted to some 1.5 million pesetas. Pine trees were brought from El Pardo to reforest the area according to the project of royal gardener Juan Gras y Prats. Trees were even planted on the coast of Somo and Laredo to improve the view from the palace. On August 4, 1913, the royal family arrived aboard the yacht Giralda to spend their first summer here. Up until 1930 they came every summer. Every year they stayed in Santander for several months. The new century meant an important dynamism for the city. The presence of the royals with their entourage led Santander into modern times. Santander was mentioned in the Spanish and international press. Public works were undertaken, including Reina Victoria Avenue, the Hotel Real, the Casino del Sardinero, the Royal Tennis Club, the Bella Vista Racecourse, and the Yacht Club. The proclamation of the Second Republic in 1931 meant that the royal family was exiled, thereby ending their holidays in Santander. The peninsula and the palace were confiscated but remained the property of the Bourbon family, as they were a personal donation to Alfonso XIII and not a gift to the royal house or the monarchy. In 1932, the minister Fernando de los Rios signed the decree to found the Santander Summer University. The following year, Ramón Menéndez Pidal was appointed as its first rector. The stables were transformed in line with González de Riancho's project, and rooms for 130 students were set up. The auditorium was also built and the halls of the palace were transformed into classrooms. Spain's leading intellectuals taught in its classrooms until the Spanish Civil War interrupted the activity. During the war, the palace was used as a field hospital and the former stables as a prison camp. After the Great Fire of 1941, La Magdalena served as a temporary shelter for the people of Santander during the reconstruction of their homes. The summer courses of the university have been held here since 1945. La Magdalena became property of the city in 1977. In 1980, the palace along with the park became a National Historic Monument, and 2 years later, the peninsula was recognized as a historical site. On December 4, 1977, the Magdalena Park was opened to the public. Since then it has been one of the most visited places in Cantabria. Over 1 million people enjoy its outstanding natural beauty every year. In 1992, renovation works were carried out as the facilities were beginning to show signs of deterioration. The main part of this work was conducted inside the palace to modernize and computerize the halls and rooms. The ground floor was modified and service and control areas were built. From then on, and thanks to the new public company, Palacio de la Magdalena de Santander, the palace again modified its purpose. It became a unique conference center where over the last 25 years the most important meetings held in Santander have taken place. These included 2 summit meetings of European ministers, a foreign affairs meeting in 1995 and a tourism summit in 2002. A French-Spanish summit was also held here on May 23, 2000 that was attended by the President of the Spanish government José María Aznar, the President of the French Republic Jacques Chirac, and the French Prime Minister Lionel Jospin. It holds an average of over 500 events each year, including congresses, business incentives, presentations, etc. La Magdalena has become a national reference for MICE tourism. Furthermore, this is one of the most visited monuments of Santander and Cantabria. An average of over 65,000 tourists visit the palace every year. Visitors take a guided tour in which the history of this emblematic building is explained to them. They can visit the main halls and enjoy the works of art on display. Since November 2019, a new restoration has been undertaken to implement a new conference system and adapt some of the spaces to current needs.